Hello, I am Jennifer Igwe. A warm welcome to Newsline, your live Sunday tonic loaded with human interest stories. What we have on our lineup today are eye-openers indeed. Yes. Now, most times when Makoko is mentioned, for instance, the ardent squalor and degradation in most parts of it comes to mind. But do you know the largest fresh fish market in Lagos is situated somewhere there? Well, fish sellers from fishing communities around Lagos converge on the market at a certain time of the day, and it is no small affair. You want to know more about it and why people beat deadline to buy fish there? Stay on the line. Then some of the evil we see today can be so shocking and a reflection of how heartless some people in the society can be. Our story on a baby that was stolen is an example of this. Thank God the abductor has been arrested. So what happened to the baby? You have to stay tuned for the story. Another case on our lineup is the ugly death of babies in a hospital in Delta State due to alleged negligence by the doctors and health personnel. How and why? Our correspondent following the story has details. Also on cue are celebrations of achievements and lifetime. I need to hold a bit so my colleague Claire Adelabu Abdurazak in Abuja can take the news segment. Newsline stories will follow after. Good to see you, Claire.
Jennifer, good to see you as well. And you're talking about Makoko. Makoko is unique in several ways. It will be good to see, the type of fish that comes out from that very unique community. All right, let me quickly welcome you to our Abuja studios and to the news. We begin with foreign stories. And President Buhari earlier today left Abuja for New York, United States, and that's ahead of annual meeting of world leaders, the United Nations General Assembly, ANGA. The seventh session of the General Assembly, which begins on Tuesday, will focus on transformative solutions to interlocking challenges. Discussions will center, among others, on the war in Ukraine, the energy crisis, climate action, ending the COVID-19 pandemic, as well as transforming education. President Buhari is expected to address the world leaders on Wednesday and participate in high-level meetings and side events, including the Nigeria International Economic Partnership Forum, convened by Nigeria in partnership with the Business Council for International Understanding. The president would also attend other key events on a practical approach to sustainable solutions organized by the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, as well as the EFCC, the PART program on combating illicit financial flows. The Nigerian leader is also scheduled to hold strategic bilateral engagements with world leaders, renowned investors, and heads of multinational organizations. On the entourage of the president include the First Lady, Aisha Buhari, some governors, ministers, and other top government officials. Now, to further open up the country's economy to international capital and attract foreign investment, the Nigerian government, in collaboration with the Africa Business Roundtable, is organizing the second edition of the Nigeria International Economic Partnership Forum, a global economic investment platform, this time in New York, United States.
The high-level event is scheduled for Thursday, 22nd September 2022, on the sidelines of the 77th United Nations General Assembly taking place in the American city. Holding alongside the annual global gathering, the Nigeria International Economic Partnership Forum is expected to draw the presence of world leaders in politics, economy, local and international media, and civil society organizations to focus on the vast economic potentials of Nigeria, Africa's leading economy. Most significantly, President Muhammadu Buhari will deliver the keynote address at the event and will also host a high-level presidential session with fellow presidents and heads of delegations on issues which need joint action for African countries on the development drive, such as the post-COVID-19 recovery and financing priority, Africa's investment climate and market, as well as de-risking the continent. The NIEPF will bring together respected global public and private sector players to meet minds on Nigeria's economic outlook, focusing on Nigeria in the global economy and international partnership for Nigeria on the development drive. In view of the wide spectrum of personalities attending the forum, there will be cluster thematic sessions on growing Nigeria's agriculture for food security and access to export markets, with special focus on impact of the Russia-Ukraine war, which presents opportunities for G7, G20 Nigeria partnerships in agriculture. Scaling up international resources for financing education in Africa, with emphasis on making facilities link government to link government, deal sponsors and international pools of capital in education, and Nigeria's oil and gas sector, reforms, results, and the road, focusing on scaling up investment into the gas market, plants, parks, cylinders, reinjection. Other issues slated for discussion include scaling up international resources for healthcare in Africa, bordering on upgrading and expanding Nigeria's healthcare infrastructure towards making Nigeria the healthcare hub for Africa. Climate change and paths to a clean environment, with emphasis on paths to clean economy, clean energy and clean development. Financing Nigeria's infrastructure, with emphasis on developing infrastructure such as farm-to-market corridor.
That was Najato Tijani taking that report for us. The Vice President Remi Osinbajo has arrived to London ahead of Queen Elizabeth II's burial scheduled for Monday, September the 19th. The Vice President is to represent President Muhammadu Buhari at the ceremony that will be attended by dozens of world leaders. As part of activities for the funeral service, Vice President Remi Osinbajo, alongside other dignitaries, will be received by King Charles III and Queen Consort Camilla at Buckingham Palace this evening. Before returning to Nigeria on Monday, the Vice President Osinbajo will hold bilateral meeting with the United Kingdom Foreign Secretary James Cleverly. The Vice President has also signed the condolence register. Now, many more world leaders are likewise arriving in London ahead of the Queen's funeral on Monday. About 500 heads of state and foreign dignitaries are invited amid heightened security. Our correspondent Charles Arthur tells us more.
President Joe Biden was among those who touched down overnight as the UK prepares for a gathering of leaders not seen in decades. The Queen's funeral will be screened in parks, squares and cinemas across the UK. It is the final full day the Queen will lie in state, and the queue to see her coffin is now 12 hours long. Camilla, the Queen's consort, has paid tribute to the Queen, saying she carved her own role in a world dominated by men. Last night, the Queen's 8 grandchildren, including Princes William and Harry, held a vigil for their grandmother in Westminster Hall. About 1,500 military personnel have been deployed since Tuesday night, and thousands of police officers are taking up positions in central London every day. Charles Alpha, NTA News.
And the Nigeria Consul General for the Northwest and Southwest regions of the Republic of Cameroon, Lawal Bapa, has been honored by Governor of the Southwest region, Bernard Okalia Bilai, with an authority to conduct services of the foreign nation called Esquita. While presenting him with the letter, the Nigerian diplomat was asked to promote and conserve the economic dynamism of Nigeria in Cameroon and ensure the preservation of its interests as stipulated in the Escrita, and coordinate the activities of Nigerian community in its area of jurisdiction. He also called on Nigerians to always collaborate with the CG in the excise duty, which is to be executed in strict compliance with laws and regulations. The Consul General Lawal Bapa described as excellent diplomatic, economic, social relationship between Cameroon and Nigeria, which explained spans through history. The event brought scores of regional, administrative and traditional authorities together, such as the Nigeria High Commissioner to Cameroon, Ambassador Abayemi Olonishaki, Consul General of Nigeria in Douala, members of the Consular and Diplomatic Corps, as well as the Nigerian community in Cameroon. Makoko Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Timipre Silva, says government policy on ICT in schools is aimed at preparing youths to participate creatively in the growth of a knowledge society for socio-economic development for global competitiveness. The minister made this known while inaugurating Information and Communication Technology Center for the benefit of no fewer than 3,000 students of Government Secondary School, Makoko in Dara.
I commissioned this project for the benefit of Katsina people and the whole of Nigeria, to the glory of God.
Government Secondary School Kago in Dara has joined the IT Compliant Schools courtesy of Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board. State Minister of Petroleum Resources, Timipre Silva, says the establishment of the IT Center to enhance study, research, workshop and training in Nigerian schools.
Students can, through this facility, learn internationally. They can learn online. That means that they can stay here and be taught by anybody, anywhere in the world. So this now exposes the students here from Katsina State to the world, and we are quite happy that we've been able to do it.
Similar interventions of the well-equipped computer machines was done in some selected secondary schools across the country. The minister was at the Emir of Dara, Alhaji Umar Faruk Umar's palace to pay homage, where the title of Sarkin Kudin Kasar Hausa was given to him and will be bound later by the Emir. From Dara, Awal Halaru, NTA News.
The 1.5 trillion naira recently recovered from oil and gas companies operating in Nigeria, the Buhari media organization BMO says, is another effort by the present administration to bring sanity to the sector. The amount is part of tax and fees identified by the Nigeria Extractive Industries Transparency Initiatives, NTA, in a 2019 report on a 2.6 trillion naira debt owed by 77 companies. NTA is an agency in the presidency created in 2007 in line with global best practices. But in President Buhari's watch, it became a proper watchdog in conformity with the NTA mission of promoting open and transparent management of oil, gas and mineral resources. It was gratifying that while FIRS had earlier recovered $810 million, NURPC got $1.416 billion, amounting to $2.226 billion, that's about 900 billion naira. NTA explains that by working with the National Assembly Review Committee, it was able to push the debtors to pay more, which then translated to FIRS getting an additional $662.9 million, while the NUPRC got $913.5 million, totaling about $1.576 billion, that's about 600 billion naira. BMO notes that it was not the first time NTA, and by extension the Buhari administration, was living up to expectations in the sector in the last 7 years. The group adds that the Buhari administration will ensure that never again will the country be denied what is due it from the extractive industries. And as part of sustained efforts towards empowering the citizenry whose means of livelihood were crippled by over a decade ago insurgency, the Borno State government has again disbursed 100 million naira to 1,000 beneficiaries in Biu local government area of the state. The disbursement was part of Governor Babagana Onara Zulum's official engagement in Biu Emirate in southern Borno. Mohammed Goni reports.
8 of the 1,000 beneficiaries selected among women and youth receive 100,000 naira, which if properly invested will enhance trade and businesses in Biu Emirate. Governor Wagana Umara said government must sustain efforts to reduce unemployment and poverty, believed to be the part of the causes of Boko Haram insurgency, hence the continued assistance to the vulnerable citizens across the state. Commissioner for Youth Empowerment, Sport Development and Poverty Alleviation, Saina Boba said the 1,000 beneficiaries were selected from wards across the local government area. It could be recalled that Governor Zulum had since 2019 distributed billions of naira to thousands of low-income citizens, especially unemployed youth, physically challenged, as well as part of engagement, also inaugurated shopping complex built by the local government council to boost local economy. He had earlier paid homage on the Emir of Biu, Moy Mustafa Umar Mustafa Aliu, who applauded Governor Zulum's developmental projects in Biu Emirate. From Biu headquarters of Biu local government, Mohammed Goni, NTA News.
United States tactical operatives of Zamfara State Police Command have arrested 10 members of 2 notorious syndicates of informants to the criminals terrorizing the state. Now, the suspects, including 2 fake soldiers, were paraded along with a notorious terrorist at the police command headquarters in Gusau. Jamilu Ibrahim has the story.
Commitment of Zamfara State Police Command, led by CP Kolo Yusuf, to stem the tide of terrorists and their collaborators appears to be yielding the desired result, with the continuous smash and arrest of notorious members of various syndicates of criminals across the state. The arrest of 10 informants and collaborators of terrorists in Gusau, Safi, Bungudu, in Ornamudo local government areas of the state is the latest feat showcased by the command. 6 of the paraded suspects, including a fake soldier, allegedly specialized in giving information to terrorists and supplying them with arms and ammunition as well as military uniforms.
The recent dirty criminality was when one of the suspects, Abubakar Menasara, aka Major, in his statement to the police confessed of collecting the sum of 850,000 naira from the bandit to source for military camouflage uniforms for them. A consignment that was given to Babangida, known as Major, who connived with one of their collaborators, a tailor, Jamilu Lawali of Gusau local government area, to source and seal the uniforms, which at the end was delivered to the bandits.
Also paraded are some 2 young men aged between 25 and 27 who allegedly specialize in supplying motorcycles and foodstuffs to terrorists in the bush, as well as negotiating between families of kidnapped victims and their abductors inside the local government area of the state.
In the course of interrogation, Al-Hassan Lawali confessed over 14 operational motorcycles to the bandit in the forest at the rate of 750,000 naira each.
The police operatives have also succeeded in arresting a 35-year notorious terrorist, popularly known as Umar Namharu, and one Zainul Safi, apprehended wearing military uniforms and in possession of some dangerous weapon and a fake military ID card. All the suspects have confessed to the crimes, even as they claimed to have regretted their actions. In Gusau, Jamilu Ibrahim, NTA News.
And victims of recent flood in Kwantagora town have been advised to relocate to safer areas. Niger State Governor Abubakar Sani Bello gave the advice in a message to the presentation of relief materials at the palace of the Southern Sudan of Kwantagora. Abubakar Mukhtar Woro has the report.
Flood had recently ravaged about 150 houses, displaced scores of persons, and killed 2 people. Majority of the flood victims allegedly built their houses along river banks in Kontagora, although the Niger State Governor Abubakar Sani Bello, during a sympathy visit, advised the flood victims, said to have been compensated some decades ago not to rebuild their houses along the river banks, but should relocate to safer areas. Some of the victims denied being compensated.
No, I don't see anybody. There are some settlements that were not being compensated. Those places were compensated and they have to leave.
Meanwhile, on the directive of the governor, the Niger State Emergency Management Agency presented food and non-food items to the flood victims.
We have taken our assessment and our government is looking into it and see what can we do to avert the future occurrence.
Items presented include 350 kg bags of rice, 200 bags of maize, 150 25 liters of palm and vegetable oil, 600 textile materials, 500 blankets and mats. The victims who condemned the governor's gesture said it will deepen the effect of their hardship, even though they are currently staying and taking refuge with their relatives in Kontagora town. Mukhtar Abubakar, NTA News.
Elsewhere, motorists plying the Kefi Lafayette Makoko Road have raised alarm over collapsed culvert close to the Isa Mustafa Agwai Polytechnic Junction, which resulted to heavy traffic within that access. Abigail Bashi reports.
Approximately 4 kilometers away from the heart of Lafia is the culvert affected by rainfall, where a barricade has been installed, while motorists have to ply the other lane in order to get in and out of the city center.
One lane like this is not good, so they should try their best to do the other side quickly so that motorists will follow the other way.
It would be nice if the government should come and do a proper and a better work than how it is now.
The road linking the Isa Mustafa Agwai Polytechnic Lafia and Bukantidi is considered to be strategic and the only major highway in and out of Lafia, the state's capital. Meanwhile, the Federal Controller of Works in the state, Managing Director Nusra Urban Development Board, and the contractor visited the site to inspect and determine the level of damage.
It's a culvert that has collapsed, and you can see the mobilization. The contractor who is on the project is already mobilized to see what they can do to rectify the problem. We've already written earlier to the Honorable Minister for Works with some observation as regard to the ongoing project.
While advising motorists to drive with care, they gave the assurance that work will immediately commence to ensure the road is in good condition for all road users. In Lafia, Abigail Bashi, NTA News.
And a fatal auto crash has occurred in Jangoji, Gwagwalada Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, leaving at least 19 passengers dead and many injured. Our correspondent Abubakar Akwanga reports.
The 31 victims from this multiple auto crash no doubt had hopes of arriving at their destinations safely, but this never happened. Two of the Toyota Hiace buses fully loaded with commuters rammed into a moving truck and simultaneously caught up in flame, leaving 19 people burnt beyond recognition. The Federal Road Safety Corps attributed the incident to speeding and wrongful overtaking and appealed to motorists to observe safety road practices.
The other 12 victims had different grades of injuries. They are in the hospital. The crash happened at about 12 midnight. That means the visibility was low. The challenge with the night trip is that usually in a crash, the first responders are the community around that environment. So if the crash happened in the night, you may not have anybody that will come out to offer any assistance.
The two vehicles which left Kano and Zaria in Kaduna State were bound for Edo and Akwa Ibom states. Meanwhile, the road had since been cleared for free flow of traffic. In Abuja, Abubakar Akwanga, NTA News.
Let's now join our sports desk for sports update.
The maiden Chief of Defense Staff National Karate Open Championship ended in Abuja Saturday with Team Anambra emerging champions after garnering 8 medals comprising 3 gold, 2 silver and 3 bronze. Team Federal Fire Service came second with 3 gold, 2 silver and 1 bronze, followed by Team Bayelsa with 2 gold, 2 silver and 1 bronze. About 300 karatekas drawn from state and federation plus the FCT, military and paramilitary competed in the 3-day championship.
We will be pleased to have these athletes to come to use their talent to contribute to the capacities of the armed forces.
We have discovered new talents to add to what we have. Our goal is to be able to encourage young athletes to come up.
In CAF Champions League, Nigeria's Plateau United defeated Stade Manji of Gabon by a lone goal, 3-2 on aggregate Sunday at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, Abuja, to progress to the next round of qualifiers. The hosts, who were forced to a 2-2 draw in the first leg last weekend, broke the deadlock in the second half to claim maximum points. Rivers United also progressed 3-1 on aggregate despite losing 1-0 to Watanga in Liberia. Elsewhere, Remo Stars crashed out of the CAF Confederation Cup qualifiers following their 1-0 loss to Asfar of Morocco Sunday in Ikene. The visitors progressed 2-1 on aggregate after a 1-0 draw in the first leg. Kwara United, however, advanced 3-0 on aggregate following their goalless draw against AS Douane in the Niger Republic. Meanwhile, in the English Premier League, Fabio Vieira marked his full Premier League debut with a stunning goal as Arsenal cruised past Brentford 3-0 in Sunday's London Derby to return to the top of the table, while Everton recorded their first league victory of the season after beating West Ham United 1-0. The Chelsea vs Liverpool and Manchester United vs Leeds United fixtures are postponed due to events surrounding Queen Elizabeth II funeral. That's sports update. I am Kenan Ima Abonike, NTA News.
That also ends the news segment from our Abuja studios. And just to say that Makoko community in Lagos is reputed for incredible stories. So I advise that you wait for it as we rejoin Jennifer Igwe in Lagos. But not before these commercials. Good evening.
Life presents hopes, dreams, and challenges. Challenges that can become successes with a little help. Because a little help can empower you to go from despair to celebration. A little help can keep you going until the race is won. A little help can turn bundles of anxiety into a bundle of joy. And with Glow Data, you get much more than just a little help. You get the biggest data deals in town to make every day glow with small wins and big wins. Dial *777# to select your Glow Data plan.
When we are asleep in the night, they are awake. When we are awake in the morning, they are still awake. In the bush, air, land and sea, every time, anytime, everywhere. They are our security forces. In season and out of season, standing in there for you and I. Standing in there for our nation to keep Nigeria safe. Let us respect them. Let us pray for them. Let us help them to serve us better, to serve the nation better. Let us support the federal government of Nigeria. Together, we can weather the storm. Vital information, we call 091 3590 4467.
I'm not stalking him. I'm about to serve better breakfast.
Buy any monthly data plan and get up to 5 GB free to use on social media. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Afe Babalola University, Advocacy, ranked #1 in Nigeria and one of 300 to 400 best in the world. Courtesy Times Higher Education Impact Ranking invites applications for open and distance learning program in BSc Intelligence and Security Studies for 2022-2023 academic session. The program runs online. Applicants should fill, download or obtain application form at Afe Babalola University, Advocacy, Emmanuel Chambers in Abuja, Ibadan, Lagos, Port Harcourt or Montessori International School, Warri. For detailed information, access www.odl.abroad.edu.ng or call 080-233-66558 or 080-33590-150. Edward, a vision in action.
Right up on Niger, 60 years of comfort. Quality is right up, is right up. Quality is right up for sure. It's right up, it's right up.
Vitafoam is proudly Nigerian and constantly support Nigerians with consistent quality products for comfort and well-being. With Vitafoam, you don't just sleep, it gives you the comfort that gets you recharged. Vitafoam, the fine art of living.
Okay, never remove them. I want to spirit the yes.
I'm not just filming content, I'm just escaping traffic.
Get 2 GB data plus 1 hour YouTube free on Airtel Super Bridge plan. Dial *141*514# now. Airtel, the smartphone.
Welcome back. Now, reminiscing on the circumstances that brought back her son and the reunion with the 3-year-old testimony, tears flowed freely on the cheeks of Theresa Nweke, a 26-year-old single mother whose son was stolen from Rivers State but was rescued by the Ebonyi State Police Command. Ijoma Peter Nwante witnessed the handing over of the stolen child to the mother in Ebonyi State.
Just like his name implies, the story behind the survivor of Master Testimony is indeed a testimony for his single mother, whose joy knew no bounds as she reunited with him in Abakaliki, the Ebonyi State capital, after days of being in pains and in search of the only child who got missing in Port Harcourt. Appreciating the Nigerian police for rescuing her baby alive, Theresa narrated that the suspects, Precious and Chizaram, who are lovers, stayed in the same compound with her in Port Harcourt, pretending to be good neighbors, which made her trust them to a point of keeping her baby in their care each time she goes to where she works as a sales girl in a restaurant.
By 4:30 evening time, they called me on phone that they have traveled. I said, you traveled without letting me know. What about my child? That they traveled with my child far away. I said, then how can I get my child back? They say, if I need my child back, I should bring for them 1.5 million naira. Then if I didn't get the money, I should forget about the child. When the River State scared, they report the matter to them. I gave them their phone number. They tracked the number. I found out that it was a mistake that they put the child.
The suspects, who confessed to the crime, said they stole Little Testimony and handed him over to one Ann Ma Elechi, a 45-year-old woman in Apoha, Afikpo North Local Government area in Ebonyi State, who in turn sold the child to Mr. Frank Egu, residing in Enugu, at the sum of 800,000 naira.
I asked my mother whether she knows anyone that can help to pay the child. She told me yes. So we now got the order on 11 last week. That's when we came. So last 2 weeks, we paid the child.
Mr. Frank Egu, who was also arrested by the police for adopting the child, speaks.
But unfortunately, the one intended the poster was a stolen child.
Speaking on behalf of the State Commissioner of Police, Aliu Garba, the State Police Public Relations Officer, SP Chris Anyanwu, commended SP Millicent Amadi-led team of detectives attached to the State Criminal Investigation and Intelligence Department for making the rescue mission a success story.
A harrowing experience for the mother and child. Now, parents and everyone, in fact, we need to be more vigilant, really. Now, the joy that comes with welcoming a baby for any family is unimaginable. Unfortunately, it was dashed hope for 4 families who lost their new babies to the cold hands of death at the Central Hospital, Sapele, Delta State. The prospective nursing mothers would have been celebrating the birth of their babies, but alleged negligence of the doctors and health personnel of the hospital have robbed them this joy. Over to Helen Dunku for details.
Death of 4 babies in Sapele Central Hospital in Delta State last week has left many wondering if the era of neonatal deaths is not over. It was a black weekend for these families as they struggled to come to terms with the death of their new babies. The pregnant mothers, like others, decided to access the health facility with high expectations of safe delivery. However, this was not so as the babies died.
The baby head was out, he's still breathing, and that was when they were using something to check his heartbeat. And that was when they are feeling the heartbeat, there was no doctor to assist me to bring the child out. And when the last doctor now came in, that was when he knew what to do. And that was the doctor that begged me to go to that hospital. There was no doctor. The doctor that even started something on me left and leave only the nurse. Only one nurse that is there. And the other one is a cleaner and the other one is a trainee. Instead of to have a doctor on my side, no doctor. How many women are we are 5.
How many women? He said the baby was don't lose the baby.
The incident left Sapele indigents bitter and they attributed it to the alleged negligence on the part of the doctors and hospital management.
My lawyer is coming and I will want to apprehend it.
I want the Commissioner of Health, the Delta State Board of Health Hospital, and also the governor to come into this matter, because it's a negligence of the doctors on duty. The doctors on call that's supposed to be on duty weren't on duty, and also the management.
When contracted, the Delta State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Modi Onabule, said investigation is ongoing to ascertain the cause of the fatality to enable government to look into the situation.
The management board has set up a panel to look into the events of a particular day and to give a detailed report. When we see it, we look into it and appropriate measures will be taken to address whatever issues are raised.
For now, citizens await the outcome of the investigation.
This is one of the reasons why in the past people hardly go to the general hospitals, but over the years a lot changed. So to be hearing ugly stories like this in year 2022 is unacceptable. So that case needs to be investigated. And medical practitioners, always remember you have important and delicate duty of care. Very important. Now, child hawking is prevalent in Nigeria. We see many of them on highways and just everywhere. Just as the nation faces unemployment crisis, we see more of them on on the streets. Now, Tessie Omeri captured a scene of children and youth hustling for space to make gains on the highway. Stakeholders are advocating for a holistic approach to end the trend.
Along the Abuja-Lafia highway was once a famous railway corridor. Today, it is a hotbed for hawkers, attracting more young girls and boys into the trend for economic gains. Not minding their vulnerability and risk to accidents and other crimes, the tempo of hawking activities along the strategic Goody Junction is on the increase. Some of these hawkers have never seen the four walls of a school, while some are school dropouts. But a few, like Mabel Josiah, a national diploma graduate of mass communication, is hawking along the highway because she cannot afford a store to display her wares.
Like in this way particularly, it's not safe. But we also don't know if they can do something, they can help us, like to fix a particular space that we can just drop our properties, but us running header starters that we are following now, if we competing with the car will be running and we are following, it's not ready at all. From what because there is no work.
Although measures have been adopted by government to end street hawking as obtained in the Child's Right Act, there seems to be no end in sight for street hawking in the country. However, the good news is that non-governmental organizations have joined in the advocacy to raise awareness in the dangers of street hawking. While encouraging the young boys and girls to return to school, the graduates among them with interest in trading are assisted to own shops at the awareness campaign.
We are calling on state government to provide a place whereby we'll come in and build tents in order to safeguard the life of these young ladies. These are young children, a majority of them are female. And when you educate a girl child, it is as if you educate the whole nation.
With this initiative and many others by governments at all levels, it is expected that the Goody Junction and other highways across the country will be free from hawking activities.
Sadly, it's an age-long anomaly, but it can be checked, and empowerment is the key. Now to the fish market. It is located in a densely populated area of Lagos where most people won't even dream of living. Yet, it remains attractive to people of status who can't imagine doing their shopping somewhere else. This is a story of Asejere Fresh Fish Market in Makoko area of Lagos. And Daniels will tell us the uniqueness of the market.
From the outside, not much was happening. However, like in a normal market environment, the Asejere Fresh Fish Market Makoko was a beehive. Did you see those big fishes? Wow! What about other seafoods like prawns, crabs, oysters, even octopus?
We get some from sea, some from river. Some people used to ask from us, from USA, South Africa. Then we help them to sell, we cut, then we smoke. We give it to a dispatch, we take it to the airport, then we go and deliver it to them.
Indeed, it is a very busy fresh fish business environment with mostly women at the center of it all.
I have been in this business for over 15 years. I am a widow. This fresh fish business has kept my family going.
And are they affordable?
10 of this is 1,500 naira. The sea crab, per kilo of this one is 2.5. This one is 40,000 naira. What this one is 35. What this one is 30,000 naira. We have the one of 250, 200,000.
What? This is a good business, as attested by Adejoka Azim, an online fresh fish supplier.
When I first started, I usually come very early in the morning. By the time I got to realize that it's not all about coming early in the morning. It's about coming at the right time. There are times you come around 10 o'clock, and that is when they are just coming from the sea in the morning. At times you come 6 in the morning, you will not meet anything.
I say this fish is fresh. I come here. It is affordable, more than what you get in the supermarkets.
Being more inquisitive, I asked how a person can differentiate between a fresh and spoiled fish.
The press are like this, your hand go enter. You not go soak well. Then once they bring it back, they'll change it for you. No arguments. No fight.
Alaja Kausara Mudukbe Adebayo is the Iyaloja of Ashojeri Fresh Fish Market, Makoko. She says the market has been in existence for close to a century and is known globally.
One woman entered the market, so the woman come to me straight asked me, please my daughter, I was watching you in television at London in Niger State. I like the way you speak. They asked you that African woman we are suffering, but you told them that we are not suffering, is our nature.
Alaja Kausara Mudukbe Adebayo informed me that the market enjoys government attention and remains one to beat in Lagos.
Fish business thrive here. Other businesses also thrive here. I have here a friend who told us about his line of business here at the Makoko fish market.
I'm selling ice block. I don't reach like 12 years for this market.
Selling ice block here?
Yes, selling ice block here.
Because I didn't go fully prepared, I couldn't get a fish and other seafood for myself and crew members. But I promise our next visit to Ashojeri Fresh Fish Market, you will see us live with several of these fishes, especially because the traders have promised us that.
Annie, liar, she went home with a lot. Now, the market is actually very neat and well organized, and the variety of fish there will blow your mind. But note that the octopus is endangered, so don't buy so much of it, okay? Let's take a break. Newsline will continue shortly.
What is the experience?
What do you know? I tell you, if you don't go village, tell all our customers. Everybody pay attention.
See, now globally it's a 10x. Now he might take attention my customers. Now they dash me 10 times the credit when I go. Why you me double data join?
So with one family give on us, so you may enjoy up to 15,000 naira credit and data.
And I say I never finish you. See, I say we enjoy. When I join globally it's a 10x. When I will get 1,000 naira welcome credit, you just carry your phone, dial *777#. Really? You don't win. On a still here. If I'm looking for Glow, this said now Glow with a 5. Now Glow with a go. So
enjoy 10 times the value of your recharge on Glow Verified 10X. You also get 1,000 naira for calls and data and double data bonus on your subscription.
Introducing Jado Cooking Oil, a quality cooking oil for tasty and sumptuous meals, made with 100% pure soya. It is rich in cooking, fortified with essential vitamins needed for the nourishment of the body. Jado Cooking Oil comes in different sizes, ranging from 1 liter, 3 liters, 5 liters, 10 liters, 25 liters, and also in a sachet. Jado Cooking Oil is available in any supermarket nearest to you. To order now, call 0903 364-3330 and it will be delivered to you anywhere in Nigeria. For more details, visit our website www.jadoil.ng. Jado Cooking Oil, quality oil for tasty meals. When times are tough, we know that as a mother, one thing you should never compromise on is your family's oral health, because they deserve the best. Oral-B, oral protection. Great value. It protects your mouth from harmful bacteria and also protects you against pimples and gum problems which can lead to tooth loss. It strengthens your family's teeth and gives them oral protection. So remember, protect their future. Oral-B, the healthiest stronger teeth in just 1 week.
Is there a head?
Ovaltine 3-in-1. Smart choice for smart kids.
Forget last season, forget the winners and the losers, forget every moment that stole the show, because this is a brand new season on GoTV, and it's going to be bigger and better than any season before it, with over 7 leagues and cup competitions, plus a World Cup. Make sure you get the best seats in the house this new football season. Get a decoder, GoTenna, plus 1 month GoTV Max for 6,900 naira only. Bigger season, greater football. GoTV, love it. It's your time to win big with the Oral-B bumper promotion. Buy an Oral-B pack for a chance to win 1 million naira. Yes, 1 million naira. 3 winners every month. Buy any pack of Oral-B, write your name and phone number on the empty pack, submit to any of our designated centers, and stand a chance to win 1 million naira. The Oral-B bumper promotion will run from 12th of August to 12th of November 2023. Visit our social media pages for more information. Buy Oral-B today and start winning. Terms and conditions apply.
The National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, cordially invites all heads of broadcast stations, political correspondents, anchors of current affairs programs, INEC, chairmen and publicity secretaries of political parties, NGOs, civil society organizations, religious bodies, and the general public to a forum on political broadcast with the theme "Towards a Fair and Responsible Broadcast Coverage of the 2023 General Elections, a Multi-Stakeholder Dialogue." The forum will hold in 4 locations as follows: Kano, Monday 19th September 2022 at Bristol Hotel, Kano. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Governor Abdullahi Umar Ganduje. Father of the day, His Royal Highness Emir of Kano, Alhaji Aminu Ado Bayero. Lagos, Wednesday 21st September 2022 at Sheraton Hotel, Ikeja, Lagos. Enugu, Friday 23rd September 2022 at Bond Diamond Hotel, Enugu. Abuja, Monday 26th September 2022 at NAF Conference Center, Abuja. Chairman of the occasion, Honorable Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Mohammed. Guest speaker, INEC Chairman, Professor Mahmood Yakubu. Special guest of honor, EFCC Chairman, Mr. Abdul Rashid Bawa. Chief host, Director General, NBC, Malam Balarabe Shehu Ilela. Forum will start at 10 a.m. each day. Come and partner with the Commission to ensure the professional coverage of the 2023 electoral process. NBC, your right to quality broadcasting. Balarabe Shehu Ilela, Director General, Announcer.
Welcome back. A grand gala reception set the stage as the 35th anniversary of members of 39 regular course of the Nigerian Defense Academy was marked. Now, those who went in as boys in 1987 and came out first among equals. Najatu Tijani reports.
Such excitement. What could be responsible for it? It seems a trip down memory lane of a time when boys were made into men with military might. Now leaders on the battleground, the home front, and various sectors of the society, these members of 39 regular course of the Nigerian Defense Academy have gathered to celebrate 35 years of togetherness, accompanied by their spouses known as angels.
We went into the Nigerian Defense Academy in 1987, and as of today it's 35 years. We bonded, still keeping the bond. Some of us continued, some of us left. So we're all coming together to celebrate. We're thanking God.
Gratitude which is expressed by giving back to the institution which molded them into men of honor, pledging to defend their beloved country's integrity, captured in a documentary.
Also donated a research laboratory for science, technology, and engineering and mathematics, STEM. Our wife also visited the wives of our service chiefs and donated some equipment to the skills acquisition course of our soldiers who are fallen in battle, their wives.
1987, as a young man, all that was in our minds, just like my own mind too, was to serve our fatherland. I feel very happy. It's like 5 years now we've been serving together, so it's quite nice to join them for this celebration. Looking at how far we have come, you can only look at all of us here in this big number, all looking very brilliant, and most of us have made a significant mark in our career.
The gala night has it all: glitz, glamour, delicacies, and entertainment, focusing on unity. They also keep the memory of their fallen colleagues alive. Celebrants start with prayer, community service, and fitness in a series of activities reminding them of the good old days in the days leading to this gala occasion. Time for the special guest of honor and the angels to tell their side of the story and the new president to take the reins.
I'm here to represent the Honorable Minister of Defense. It is lovely to mention that your novel initiative lends credence to the vital aspect of military profession.
So it is expected I will come on board. We should bring more skill sets in administering the association.
Being able to cross all the hurdles and then getting here. Most of them are generals.
Glasses and cutlery down, the curtain is drawn, and the occasion, which started with prayer, ends with prayer and the ever-loving support of their angels.
Great men indeed, and I love the angel part. Great way to describe their wives. Honor, they say, is given to whom it is due, and the people of Bida, the ancestral home of the Lupes, say Esu Yaya Abubakar deserves it. This was demonstrated recently as his subjects, family members and friends rolled out drums to celebrate the monarch as he clocked 70. It was also the 19th year anniversary of the monarch on the throne of his forebearers. Fatima Aliyu is standing by with excerpts from the thrilling moments.
The celebration became pertinent due to the landmark achievements recorded in 19 years of his reign as the 13th Ethiopian. Most significantly, the monarch's reign has brought tremendous peace and harmonious coexistence in his domain. The paramount ruler is revered as an asset leader with great humility and a unifying figure in the promotion of rich cultural heritage of the Nupe people across Niger, Kwara, and Kogi states. This bond of unity is strengthened through the celebration of the annual Nupe Day, which commemorates the defeat of colonial masters from Britain in 1896 by the then Nupe Abubakar Masaba at Ogidi in present Kogi State. Family members and close associates of Etu Yaya Abubakar thronged the palace in Bida, where they took turns to eulogize him. The double celebration was marked with interdenominational prayer sessions for best wishes and more rewarding reign in coming years.
We made it as a reference point to consult with him on the issue concerning the development of our dear state, and to us, we are happy with him. It is all the advices. He's a father to me, he's my mentor, he's my guardian.
He's a bridge builder, and he's the pride of the Nupe land. So we wish him more years. I've never come across someone that is as passionate as Nupe in terms of his love for the people, not just people of his kingdom, but people of Nigeria.
We see that the Almighty God will continue to grant him the wisdom he had in initiating positive ideas.
Similarly, the royal father also took time off to host children named after him and late Queen Mother Haja Abubakar Nabantigi. As a former brigadier general in the Nigerian army, the monarch speaks on his background as a military officer and how it's impacted his reign.
The military is a profession that prepares you for everything in life. You talk of patience, you talk of perseverance, you talk of discipline, self-discipline. That whatever you do, whatever you say, you have to say it in that order, self-discipline. So we are very grateful to Allah for the beginning opportunity to serve the military. So that one is actually assisting us to address the present situation. I know his role was to be a disciplinary master, a very hardworking man, generous kind of person. concerned, kind-hearted person.
Dr. Etinupe Yaya Abubakar was born on the 12th of September 1952 and ascended to throne of his forefathers on the 11th of September 2003.
Our prayer for the Royal Highness is more grace and blessings. Now to another 70th birthday. Intelligent, hardworking, and compassionate are some of the virtues of retired Justice Ibrahim Auta. He is also a jurist many say have touched lives in several ways and remains a figure to emulate. Let's hear more from Caleb Goshen, who covered the 70th birthday celebration in Jos.
He stands as a colossus both in stature and status. These, of course, are the enduring features of this legal luminary whose family and close associates are here to celebrate. Trust Jos to be the home to all nationalities because Nigeria is present here, even as the celebrant, who is an indigenous of Borno State, was born and bred in Jos. The accolades poured freely for a man that has traversed the huge landscape of the judiciary in Nigeria, finishing well as Chief Judge of the Federal High Court.
We grew up together. Our parents worked in the same place, Golden Days, a tin mining company. So we've been together from our childhood days. Right from our days when we used to wear shorts. Popularly called the general one day in house, which is a very, very last day.
He was 2 years my senior in the Onabule University, and I had been looking up to him in so many ways. And he has been an inspiration to me, like he has been an inspiration to many other people.
He has lived a good life, an honorable one, which we all attest to.
Justice Auta's partner of many years, and children could only but wish their dear father the best that life offers.
And I wish him many more years in good health. Like he's my friend, he's my mentor, he's my go-to person if I have any issues. He's just generally an amazing person.
He's always been a father figure and admirable to everyone.
For the celebrant, he says it has been God all the way.
I feel great. My darling wife here by my side, so my children are there, everybody is around, so I feel great.
Retired Justice Ibrahim Auta is said to be the youngest magistrate to have joined the Ministry of Justice, Borno State, in 1978 at age 26 and retired in 2017 as Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, having attained the 65 years mandatory retirement age.
Happy 70th birthday, sir. We wish you the very best. The marriage institution remains one of the unifying factors in the society. Our next story is about the wedding of Misbah Inuwa Yahaya, son of the governor of Gombe State, and his love, Amina Babayo. Emmanuel Akila reports that a society wedding brought the political class from across Nigeria to Gombe State.
Determination, right price between the families of Mahmoud Inuwa Yahaya and Babayo Aro at Gombe Central Mosque. For marriage between Amina Babayo, who is already in love with Misbah Inuwa Yahaya. 100,000 naira is offered and accepted. With this, the cleric pronounced Misbah and Amina as husband and wife. Parents of the Emir of Gombe received avalanche and guests from across the country. The wedding is blessed with the presence of the State President Ahmad Law, National Chairman of the All Progressives Congress APC, Adamu Abdullahi, presidential candidate of the APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and his vice presidential candidate, Kashim Shettima. Minister of Communication and Digital Economy, governors, and other politicians from across the country. The guests played the couple the best marriage can offer, while Governor Muhammad Ibrahim thanked for the shared love. The traditional unveiling of the bride, known as Budan Kai in Hausa language, is next, when the bride and groom make an appearance in the public as husband and wife. This is mostly attended by women and the youths.
They're going to form a home, so they have to understand each other first, and I'll say settle their differences, then they live in harmony.
Misbah has gotten a very wonderful bride. She's very humble, down to earth, respectful. Most of all, she loves people a lot.
The following evening was a dinner night by the couple for their friends and well-wishers. After cutting their wedding cake, the couple took the dancing floor.
Married is like a bittersweet because I know that she's gonna be with someone else and I'm no longer her responsibility, but then it's sweet because I know she's so happy and I'm sure that I'm gonna make her a happy woman.
I wish them happy married life.
The new family is appreciative of the company of friends, relations, and well-wishers.
Alhamdulillah for what has been and for what will be. Yes, we're just really happy right now.
A life of happiness is our wish for the new couple. Reggae. 35 years after it was founded in the ancient city of Benin, with the likes of reggae legends such as Majek Fashek and Oris Wiliki, the universal reggae fans movement is taking steps to revive the culture of reggae in the society. This weekend, the cradle of black civilization, Benin, played host to reggae fans as they held their reggae revival concert and unveiled their new grand patron. Anwule Okolo has the sights and sound of the event for Newsline.
It was a time of camaraderie for these Rastafarians whose love for reggae and what it represents make them defy class and political positions in their fellow stations with each other. Reggae music is one genre of music where the lyrics seem to harp on societal realities, peace and love. These, the organization say, is part of reasons why the 2022 Reggae Revival Concert was organized. Honor was given to patrons, some reggae legends, and the Minister of Information and Culture, represented by the Assistant Director Marketing NTA Network Center, Alice Ube, for her support thus far.
We've been preaching peace, equal rights, everything that has to do with mankind. We've been preaching.
We should do more of it, you know. People will react to what you listen to every time. So if there are no conscious music in the system, we're going to continue to have violence in the system.
As has been said over and over again, especially through reggae music, Nigerians stand up.
I think the occasion here is to ensure that music is used to communicate the right message to the Nigerian people, to the youth as well as the leaders of this society.
Pushing reggae back into the mainstream music media is the agenda, and the Minister of State for Budget and National Planning, Prince Clem Abba, as grand patron, they feel they could well be on their way.
Last year, I heard a Nigerian musician say he made $25 million. Ask him if he's paying tax. He doesn't. From the $25 million, you should pay tax because the money that government uses comes from taxation. It's the blood. So no one wants to make that sacrifice and make contribution. Everybody wants to take. And that's why there's the need for that change, emancipation of our mental slavery.
Meet an 8-year-old Rastafarian, Osayuki Ojo.
Sure, the late Majek Fashe could be smiling from wherever he is. Now, the striking thing about reggae music is that it promotes equal rights and justice. Time for another break. We'll be back.
I'm here to tell you that while we may not be there yet, our military and other security agencies have succeeded and are succeeding in substantially restoring security across the nation. As far as the daunting security challenges we face are concerned, we can tell you that the worst is over. And never again will terrorists and bandits and their cohorts hold sway in our country.
This message is brought to you from the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture. You clean your teeth every morning, but that fresh breath feeling just doesn't last. The answer? Easy. You keep your teeth strong and healthy and give your mouth long-lasting fresh breath with new Oral-B 2-in-1 toothpaste. It helps strengthen your teeth and gives you long-lasting fresh breath.
Feel fresh, feel fresh, and feel fresh.
Stay strong, stay fresh. New Oral-B toothpaste for strong teeth and long-lasting fresh breath.
How did I get here? It all started shortly after I graduated from MSTC, the Model Skills Training Center, with a certificate in ICT. I successfully developed a data management program that has been called the software of the future. Thanks to its success, everyone wants it, and as you can see, now everyone wants me. But I'm not alone. The skills training programs at MSTC are equipping young Nigerians to become the next big success story. Whether it's ICT, mechatronics, facility technology, electronics and computer networking, or culinary studies, a certificate at MSTC is the way of the future. And just like me, there he is. Everyone will want you to.
NTA, developing the nation's human resource.
Oh boy, this one where I read. You carry machete, you see carry gun. What you want to can do?
After the para like this, I don't vex.
Oh boy, calm down now.
Like this, see like this, I dey go scatter those businesses. You don't see the get scatter our people businesses, eh? You don't see them. See, and they go there, they go like, and they go shoot them better crazy. They never see anything.
If you destroy their own for here, and they destroy your people for that side, especially that your brother where they send you money, that way don't block. Oh. How you go take survive?
See, this way talk not true. But I see the vex.
Calm down. Make we embrace peace. Peace and unity. Everybody.
My people, make we gum body with peace and unity. Make we learn to live as brothers and sisters, so that we country will still move go permanent sides. This message is from the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Welcome back. Kano is once more in the news for a very wrong reason. This time, a complex web of love, jealousy, and alleged betrayal has culminated in a Kano-based Chinese businessman stabbing his Nigerian girlfriend to death. Hadiza Muhammad reports that the police are working towards unraveling the unfortunate mystery of how the beauty of interracial love ended in bloody death.
Until the unfortunate incident of the early night of last Friday, the serene atmosphere of Jambulo quarters of Kano City was without premonition of a hovering sinister. A unique portion of love, laced with fun, was being experienced between 24-year-old Kairisani Buhari, popularly called Umita, and her Chinese boyfriend, Jin Kwaran. It was a relationship that began after a brief meeting at ShopRite and lasted a few years. Their wish of getting married was objected by her uncles, brothers of her deceased father. Hence, Umita got married to someone else. That marriage was, however, short-lived, as the husband was suspicious of continuing phone communication between his wife and her ex-Chinese boyfriend. He divorced her and she returned to her Jambulo Quarters family house. The Chinese lover, according to family sources, renewed ties with Umita. Misline learned also he was fond of frequenting visits to her and was having access to the family house. On that fateful Friday evening around 9:30 p.m., Gent visited her, but only to be locked outside the house. After persistent knocking on the door for over an hour, the deceased pleaded with her mother to reach out to him and tell him not to come to the house again.
He pushed himself into the house, went straight to her room and stabbed her with a knife. As it was raining, neighbors could hardly hear us knocking on the door, not until later when a man came out.
Unfortunately, the help came too late. They met her helplessly lying in a pool of her blood. She was rushed to a nearby health facility only to become found dead. Family, neighbors, and friends are now demanding justice for Umita.
When he came out, he wasn't even regretting. He sat down, was looking at everyone with a knife in his head, which is very sad. We know that if this man get away, there's no justice. As a girl child, I know the pain they are going through, so they are seeking for justice.
One Jing Kwaron, a 47-year-old, a Chinese national, went to the residence of his girlfriend, one who calls him Sally, 22 years old, and they had misunderstanding. As a result, he attacked her with a sharp knife and inflicted deep cut on her neck and other parts of her body. Kano State Command immediately raised a team of policemen. The suspect was immediately arrested.
Well, this is unacceptable. Justice must be served, and we're all waiting for that justice. Now to another story, ugly story. An 8-year-old love story turned sour when a 45-year-old Adeni Jose decided to take matters into his own hands and allegedly strangled his wife over allegations of infidelity. Abdullahi Suleiman Yaje reports that, not done, the jealous lover ended it all by committing suicide.
The story of Choma Gloria Ibe and her husband Adeni Jose was ordinarily meant to blossom and bring forth joy. But that marital bliss would not endure, as no sooner than the couple had settled down than the cracks began to appear on the walls of their marriage, traceable to the idle hands of the husband, who is said to be jobless.
Yes, her face, the way she speaks. If you ask her what is happening, she will say she will be fine. I should not be worried that she will be fine. Because definitely, let's say we don't know what is happening, we know, and we are trying to to make sure everything should work well between she and the husband.
Things got to a head one fateful Monday morning when Adeni Jose would not let his wife, who works at the General Hospital Suleja Registry Department, resume at her desk. Instead, chose to lure her away from work under mysterious circumstances.
On Monday, I was working in my factory. I saw the young man with the son enter my factory. I said, where is your wife? He said he went to somewhere. He said him too wanted to go to somewhere. That is why they bring their son to my house.
That move proved fatal for the couple, as Adeni Jose, who had before now reportedly threatened to kill his wife and mother of his child, made good on that threat, then went suicidal on a bottle of a poisonous substance known as sniper.
What we saw is this rope they use, that they used to use and do exercise, skipping rope, that have something and the scissors near that rope, but that rope go around her face like this, her neck like this. Are you getting me? So I now raise the leg up. By that time we started crying.
The man don't really succeed, and the man Mina say he go kill her. I must kill you. After I kill you, I go kill myself.
This last deadly encounter has left a bitter taste in the mouths of many, shattered family relations, and a dark cloud of mourning hanging in the neighborhood.
Now that he is supposed to be enjoying the fruit of the labor, then suddenly something just happened. It makes a painful something.
The Area A Division of the Suleja Police Command would not comment on the matter. However, the family of late Chioma Gloria Ibe is appealing for support towards the welfare of 7-year-old Olamide, the orphan left behind after this tragedy.
What a tragedy indeed. It was a celebration of life as friends, colleagues, family members and the management of the Nigerian Television Authority NTA, led by the Acting Director General Malam Abdul Hamid Dembers, converged on Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State for the funeral of Chief Durojaye Onabule, the immediate past chairman NTA Board of Directors. They also showered encomiums on the late veteran journalist. Tokbe Alabi tells us more.
Fondly called King of Boys, the late Chief Durojaye Onabule, who died at the age of 83, was to many a patriot and formidable journalist, cutting his teeth at the Daily Express as reporter in 1961, and so it was a celebration of life as eminent Nigerians gathered to appreciate the achievements and relationships the late Onabule fostered. First, the solemn funeral service at the Cathedral Church of Our Savior, Italo Ajoda, Ijasi, Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State. Thereafter, his body was interred at his Ijebu-Ode residence, where his wife and children described him as a fond but caring father.
He's a lovely man, very caring, good father to the children, and I really miss him.
He was a great dad, he was a great father to us. He was a great guardian to a lot more people out there beyond his family.
He'll follow up with what we're doing in our careers. He'll follow up with our education. He'll call us all the time. So we're really, really going to miss him being there.
One, he was a very fearless journalist. He said it as he saw it.
From the Acting Director General, NTA, Malam Abdul Hamid Dembos, who represented Minister of Information Alhaji Lai Mohammed, to other dignitaries, especially those who worked with the late Onabule during his active service as spokesperson to former military head of state Ibrahim Babangida. The deceased was a legendary journalist.
He is one individual that has been able to mobilize the management to work as a family, and he is also an individual who cares so much about staff welfare and the progress of the authority. For us in the NTA, his demise is a big loss. We were together in different barracks, and I would say he was one of the best spokesperson I've ever met. He did the job so seamlessly that all the journalists around loved him.
I worked with him at the State House from Gordon Barracks to Aso Villa, and our relationship was very, very cordial. He guided me in so many ways in the course of my profession,
and I have no doubt in my mind, most of the success stories we have today in NTA is the man behind it. So we are missing you, Chief Onabule. He was like a father to all of us in NTA. He stood for justice.
Here on behalf of the entire family of General Ibrahim Babangida, whose death was really a shocking moment. He has impacted knowledge and brought about contemporary issues to Nigerian politics.
May his dear soul rest in peace. Amen. He will be greatly missed. Now this is where we'll end today's edition of Newsline. Thank you for being a part of it. Join us again Sunday next week. And don't forget that the fastest and easiest way to becoming a star is to connect with the NTA to stand against rape and rapists. Good night and God bless Nigeria.
NTA, you can't be Deutsch.
And welcome to another amazing edition of your weekend.
I'm telling you, it has to be heat, it has to be steamy, it has to be hot, but we decided